I don't want to eat anyone's thumbnails.
Thanks, Nick, mate, for that's super helpful. Can we just get the show going?
ComX net, is it ComX net AU?
Are you ready for drinking? Drawing? What about laughing? Well, hold on to your crumpets. It's season 2 of the ComX Friday Night Drink and Draw, with your hosts Sizzle and Spedsy, and the man they call Quick, plus Australia's most attractive artists and creators, many of whom have books for sale at comx.shop. Alright Dave, you can start drawing.
Yeah, if you can make sense of it, good luck.
Who did that? Who came in? Someone tried to take over. I think someone in the backstage panicked.
Here he is, Pete.
Hey,
We were doing what they call in the business a cold opening.
That was Ian Anderson, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, tonight, Ian Anderson.
Someone backstage pressed some buttons. Thought that wasn't meant to happen, but that was planned. Welcome to the show. This is ComX's Friday Night Drink and Draw, everybody. What we do here is we take a character each week and we like to draw that character, talk about that character, and talk to a special guest. Tonight's special guest is Keith Stanley, but he's having some technical issues. My right-hand man tonight is Peter Wilson, who I've taken the intro from because he wasn't here 2 seconds ago. So, Pete, I am just throwing you straight in the fire. Do you want to do the intros of the room, mate?
I do. So, Spedsy, introduce yourself.
Yeah, g'day, mate.
Well,
They call me Rob, aka Spedsy. Thanks for having me.
awesome. Quick, Nick, how we doing?
I'm good, man. Thanks for joining us.
Ready to do some pleasure to be here. Thought I'd pop in. Ready to do some quick scribbles for spikes and fire and capes and chains.
I'll see what I can put together. I'll see what comes to me.
Alex, how you doing, man?
Me, I'm okay. I just want to answer questions already. I don't know about Quick Nick being drunk, but Dave's always the one who's like the manliest man and actually drinks alcohol in Drink and Draw. So I just want to throw some mad respect at Dave.
Thanks, mate. Just advertising for Crown Lager. Well,
I don't need to mention the name of the beer because they want money from them. So you want them to throw money at the show. So don't do that. Just
sweet endorsement.
Yeah. You know.
Nick and May, how goes it, brother?
It goes well. It's feeling a little loose tonight, so I'm looking forward to this.
Me too. Should be fun. Neil, how are you?
Good, thank you. I'm fine, thanks.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Slow down, Neil.
Nick May. Go look here.
Like we've segregated ourselves, the hairs and the no hairs here.
The hairs and the hairs not.
The hair's not. Glasses on, Dave. Come on.
Alex and I got hats.
Yeah, so I'm keeping my hair situation a mystery. So do I have hair or do I not have hair? Who knows?
Hey, stay tuned and Alex will reveal and we'll find out.
Exactly. Just leave it in the comments. What do you think? Because
we call that a cliffhanger.
YouTube likes that. So leave comments, people. Even if you don't like it, just say I hate Alex.
And tell all your friends to watch so they can get in on the hate hating.
Yeah. So you guys can all just complain about me. It's the same way. Oh man, I don't like that dude in the hat. I don't even know if he has hair or not.
The cat in the hat.
Later on, we're going to be working on
dude in the hat, not cat. This is for adults.
Dave,
how's it going?
Can you
hear me properly? Or?
Raising Tales 3 to 5, so I'm happy to see you.
We can hear you, Keith.
We got you, Keith.
My cameras are okay, or?
Yep.
Yes. It's a long way from the paper, though.
You're on the air.
I've got a.
So we're doing Spawn.
That's what I hear.
Issue 1 there.
Correct.
Oh, look at you. You're a lot more prepared than I am. I just
Oh,
like
Absolute
it.
staple
but I
of
didn't.
over the top 90s comics. For edgy
Shout out to
teenagers
Dan
with
May,
sweaters around.
who Dan May at one point got sick of his comics and gave me a bunch of his old funny books, and amongst them was what I thought was Spawn 1, and I nearly pooped myself. I was like, what? And it was the Spawn 1 action figure replica thing. Yeah, so it was a moment of like immense joy and then immense sort of like, oh, that's cool. But
I don't want to say too much, but I bought all those Spawn comics for Dan. Dan, you should have given them to me, mate. Anyway.
So that's awkward, isn't it? Because you gave them to your brother as presents, and then you found out that he didn't lose them in a fight or in a fire or whatever excuse he said. He just laid them off to Rob and just wanted to keep it on the down low.
Correct.
Uncomfortable situations.
yeah, so
Very
Nick,
awkward.
I think he actually has his Spawn still. He didn't give me, so the only Spawn I got was the action figure like variant add-on book.
I take
thing.
everything back.
Yeah.
I regret nothing.
I also inherited probably the first 17, 20 issues of Spawn off a friend.
Mm.
And that was good. I had read the first paperback just to educate myself. And it's worth getting just for the art. I mean, the story is kind of more of a thin veneer of a story. But
Yeah.
the art looks incredible.
I thought I read the first, well, probably like maybe 14 issues, and I
Yep.
thought the story was quite good.
That's
Those
good fun.
first 14, but then after that, that sort of went a bit weird, and I stopped reading it. But I did enjoy the first few issues.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
one of my
Pete,
mates-
in
one of my mates, you got it.
sorry, Dave. Well,
Sorry, I was just going to say one of my mates got me into it. He was pretty big on Spawn.
Spawnography.
That's it. I finished now.
now, funny thing, Dave. So, who's this mate that got you onto Spawn? So, Spawn, we're talking what 1990 was it? When did it come
Yeah.
out?
I don't. Yeah. Well,
92.
Yeah, I was on the illustrators course, and you know, we're all illustrators, and we don't just met each other, and that's probably sort of got back into comics and that around that stage, really.
Yeah.
For me, and yeah, he introduced me to a few comics, like after Spawn, there was Bone. He got me into Bone as well.
Those comics are so similar.
They
If you love Bone,
Oh,
you love
that's-
Spawn. Just so if you know
Oh,
one but
right.
you don't know the other, I strongly recommend get on the Bone. It's good.
I have a
Comics.
cool
Easy.
piece of Spawn.
Oh.
I got a cool piece of Spawn history here. This is a
Wow.
limited run print from Greg Capullo.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
This is before his
Holy
Batman
moly.
stuff really picked up.
Yeah, that's nice, mate.
Now, what's
Yeah,
that
he did
guy
100 of
called?
these.
I know the Vindicator.
It's the
I
clown.
don't know this guy. What's that guy called?
This is the clown. That's his
The clown.
alter ego.
Don't you have a
Pull it up.
name other than the clown?
He likes to dress up as like a fat, gross-looking clown, but he's actually a demon.
He's actually Danny
He
DeVito.
likes to look like that.
No, he's
There's a
what's
little
his
koala.
face?
DeVito, yeah.
John Leguizamo.
That's the one. Yeah, he's John Leguizamo.
Johnny Burrito. Yeah.
Nah, am I the only one who enjoyed the movie? The Spawn
Yes.
film? I thought it was
In the
great.
world.
You are the only one. Yeah.
I
That's
But I got to
movie.
meet
I
Greg
liked it. It was
Capullo,
fun.
and it was awesome.
Sorry?
I got to
What did you
meet
say?
Greg Capullo during that con, and it was awesome.
Oh,
He did a
nice.
Q&A, and it was right after someone who had been in Buffy was the previous talker. So the hall was packed. She left, and there was maybe 6 of us. So he just came down
wow.
and sat with us, and we just chatted for like an hour. It was awesome.
Wow. Gee,
He does
mate.
not look like a comic book artist. If you've never seen
No,
him,
he's buff.
he's got guns.
like this-
The dude is built.
Yeah,
Good like Nick and
I watched his Insta today, and he's just playing heavy metal guitar there.
He's an awesome dude. His story of how he got into comics was just incredible. It'd make a movie.
Can you give us the
He
cliff
probably
notes?
will.
He got a job at a hotel across from Marvel, as a bellhop, so he could pester Marvel every day, the editor, for a job. And when they said no, he would just go and do his day job. Eventually, the guy told him, if we give you this 4-issue thing, I can't remember what hero it was. They gave him a 4-issue run, and he said, will you promise to go away if you do this? So he got the job. Then he'd go back to the hotel, find a secluded empty room, draw all day, tell his manager, yeah, I was working upstairs. Give the pages back to Marvel, and then just rinse and repeat.
That sounds like the story of how I got onto this show. Sizzle, let me on.
Yeah, it was weird because there's not even a hotel across the road from Sizzle's house, but Dave was still there as a bellhop, but just valeting nobody. And
well, it worked.
Pete, I don't know, like how, like, so can I'll just keep asking Spawn questions and see if you've got answers. So at what point did Greg Capullo take over from Todd on the drawing part of it?
I don't know when, but it was fairly early. Todd asked him quite a bit, like, be on standby to do Spawn, knowing that he would have other commitments.
I think at least those first 14 issues that I read were all Todd McFarlane art.
Yeah.
So
and it was a very loose. The way he described it was that Todd was really loose. He would just say, I want 4 pages of detectives talking, maybe down an alley. Then at the end, do a splash of Spawn. He has to be holding a knife. Okay, I'll see you in a month. And then that was just it. And then he sort of did it hoping against hope, like, please don't make me redraw this. I hope I read your mind right. And it turned out they got on really well. There was never really a script.
Yeah.
If there was, it'd be maybe a page or 2.
Isn't that our the Marvel writing system? Stan Lee would just say, here's what I reckon you got to do.
Well, that makes sense. All those guys
pretty
were fresh off
lazy, though. That's just like a lazy way of writing, though. It's like, hey, they got to do stuff, and then the artist draws everything, and then it'll just go like, boom, bam, you're evil.
I feel like I'd do the opposite. I feel like in that situation, I'd be giving too many notes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Depends how many comics they're trying to put out. You know, he might be responsible for putting out 3 or 5 or 6 comics in a week.
Oh,
I guess that's
Dave, I'm hearing excuses, Dave.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane, get on and answer.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane should get on and explain to us why can't he put together a proper script for his artist to follow. Todd,
he might sue us. He is pretty.
I'm
careful.
unimpressed. Sorry? What,
Todd
is Todd
McFarlane
watching this?
He loves a lawsuit and he loves Googling himself, so be careful.
He probably is watching.
So
lovely. Todd, if you're watching, hi. Ignore all the nasty stuff. Welcome to the show. Make sure you click like, thumbs up, subscribe, and share.
Well,
so there you go.
When you come around Saturday for that Barbie, Todd, don't forget to bring your own snags this time.
Exactly. By the way, so it looks like other people also meet their heroes through working at hotels, because like Rebecca also says that's how she met Pete. So,
all right.
Oh, that's just my supportive friend. Lovely.
Good on you, Rebecca.
Well, there you go.
So Pete, in the Spawn trades that you've got, the Angela issues aren't there, right?
I remember Angela. I think was she issue 7?
10. Well, look, Chris Kibblewhite says so. He got Gaiman to write a few issues in the early days, who created Angela, which caused ownership issues, and she ended up going to Marvel after some legal shenanigans. It was then revealed there were 10 realms, and Odin had hidden heaven, and Angela was one of his children.
Angela, I believe, was created as an angel who came to hunt Spawn.
Right.
Neil Gaiman created her. Then I believe he never got royalties after that.
Yeah, and he denied.
The lawsuit only just ended, like last year.
Right.
Yeah, and then Angela would go on to be with Guardians of the Galaxy and all that sort of stuff, and she had a love affair with Gamora at one point.
And then there was another angel character who was essentially identical. And it was like, she's Angela, but not really.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
didn't like
Um,
that. I
so,
tell you, when
all
I
right.
brought in that. Oh, sorry.
You're right, Dave.
No, you're right,
gonna-
Dave.
Go on, Dave.
There's a lot of this going on tonight. There's a little bit of, oh, don't mind me, you go.
Yeah.
Just to
I was
give
gonna
a
say,
just to
I
give a
didn't
little
like
behind the
that
scenes for the
medieval-
audience. We're prepared
Yeah,
for this.
perfect
This is-
timing, Alex.
he liked
What's
that
going on?
medieval one. I didn't like that.
You didn't like the medieval? That's the one done by the
No.
Australians, Ashley Wood and Ben Templesmith. So,
What?
Dave, you should be
Hellspawn,
supporting.
isn't it?
Sorry, was it Hellspawn? Oh, well, there you go. I'm wrong. Nick corrected me.
Yeah, I didn't care for that story much when they introduced. That was when Angela got introduced, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that much.
There's a lot of great secondary characters in Spawn. Cygor's my favorite. A cyborg gorilla. That's incredible.
Smooth.
Nobody likes Sam and
Yes.
Twitch.
That's
It's
us.
very
Gary.
dull.
Well played.
My internet crapped itself, so that's.
It's
I think
running
we all
like
started talking
clockwork.
over each other at one point.
I
Yeah.
love the
Running
show.
like
It would
clockwork,
be a dream
Gary,
world.
as usual.
I might actually have a Cygor. Hang on.
Yeah, well, let's do our. Am I coming in? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear you.
Go for it, mate.
All right, cool. Yeah, so let's do our go around the room thing and talk some Spawn action. So my Spawn is, well, I have two Spawn. They're asleep right now. But I also have two issues of
I like
Spawn. Only
jokes.
issues 6 and 7 are my only two Spawns that I own. I was not a huge Image guy. I was intimidated, I think, by the art. And I found the universe is hard to get into. So I wasn't a massive Spawn guy, but I know Quick was like a huge Vindicator fan.
Did you?
No, yeah. Have you got anything quick? What's your earliest?
I got nothing. I, for like prep for the week, I was asking people, hey, do you know who Spawn is? And everyone was like, yeah, he's like the big black guy. He's like Spider-Man. He's got teeth and like a tongue and stuff. They're like, that's Spawn. I was like, all right, cool. So
Spawn doesn't have teeth and tongue. That's Venom.
that's
Yeah,
right.
Venom.
That's Venom. Everyone thinks Spawn is Venom who doesn't know anything about
Oh,
comics.
right.
That's all I know.
Yeah,
about
you don't need friends like those.
Yeah, you gotta
Time
get
to
some new
reevaluate
friends,
quick.
mate.
Yeah.
What do you got, Alec?
I mean, I like Spawn. It's like one of the few superhero comics I actually know, because like when I got into comics late in life, when I was 17, not like an 8-year-old, like a normal person, and I gravitated more towards the Image comic stuff because it wasn't like 30 years of lore to catch up on. And so I got into like the Gen 13s, the not Wildcats, Witchblade, and then also Spawn. And then like Spawn was like the only Image book that kind of came out regularly. So I kind of got into that one normally. And then the after, and I really like Greg Capullo's art. I got the Creech miniseries at the time as well, and I thought it was all lots of fun. And then he left, and then another artist came to replace him, Angel Medina, I think. And he's another buff dude as well, just like Greg Capullo. What's got Spawn? There you go.
I thought they were sperms. Well, I guess.
That's Spawn, mate. Wouldn't do that.
Ah,
Yeah,
Spawns. You've heard it here first. Spawns are sperms, guys.
There you go. So yeah, so like how Peter met Greg Capullo, I met Angel Medina in Chicago at the at Wizard World Comic Con there, and I got to chat to him a little bit. And remember to subscribe.
What
So-
is happening? Is that
I
you,
don't know,
Quick?
it's
That was me.
The wheels are falling off this thing.
Well,
Anyway, it's a boring story. It cut short. I like Spawn. I like the movie too.
I like the movie.
The only thing was like I remember I saw an interview with Todd McFarlane in a Wizard magazine, and it was nice to make. And he said that like they whitewashed some of the characters in it, and apparently it was like a budgetary thing. Like Terry Fitzgerald's supposed to be a black dude in the comic. Well, he is a black dude in the comic and the cartoon, but they made him a white guy in the movie,
right.
which is a bit of a shame. But other than that, I enjoyed the really low quality university level CG in it.
The PlayStation 1 cutscene quality.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's not. It's good the way any bad movie that's good. It's better than Battlefield Earth. Because Battlefield Earth is bad, but it's not fun bad. Spawn's fun.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. And I like the cartoon as well. And I also played the video games. I didn't like the Super Nintendo one. And I did like the Dreamcast one. I played it on the, so you just run around in these little corridors and just beating things up.
Yeah. Does the cape do stuff? Is the cape a Doctor Strange type cape? Why is it so massive?
Nick?
In what I'm drawing, it's not very massive. Who knows? If he's a spawn from hell, then surely it's magic, and surely there is a partial homage to Doctor Strange involved in there somewhere. But maybe somebody who knows more about Spawn than myself could say. But just before anyone does, I'm going to tell you my fine Spawn story.
Go on.
I was traveling the world, and I was with my wife, and we were in a non-English speaking country, and we thought we would go to the movies, and so we tracked down a cinema that had English speaking movies in it, and Spawn was the only movie that was playing. So I sat through Spawn, and unlike Alex, I did not love that movie.
This is why we can't be friends, Nick. This is why this is not working.
What country were you in?
Young Alex, surely that makes us even closer.
So what?
Yeah. But Spawn, yeah, he's a character, and and
That he is.
Didn't Todd McFarlane name all of the characters after people in his lives, like his wife and his daughter, and somebody who worked with him or something was Terry Fitzgerald or something? And
was that what he was doing when he was 14? So it makes sense.
Hey, cheers. Hey guys.
Hey, better late than never, mate.
Yeah,
I was the latest one, so that's good.
Brent, we're talking about Spawn. We're drawing Spawn. We're going around the room. We're up to Nick May, but with the baldies on the bottom rule is no longer implemented. I think Quick is trying to break my brain tonight. I see what you did. You swapped. Yeah, all right, cool.
Nick May belongs in the corner.
Neil.
Yes.
Now, some have referred to you as like the official handbook of all things Spawn. I've heard it said.
Yes, there it is there. Now, I did not like this film, but then again, I like Ghost Rider films, so what do I know? I do have a Spawn story. I said that I knew it came out in 92 because I was in LA in 92. And I was staying with these two guys. I was backpacking. There was no big thing of it. I was staying with these two guys who were cartoony type guys, and they were illustrating. These were really big back in the 90s. I don't know why, but like you'd have a set of bubblegum cards. They were in the comic shops all over the place. And these were murder ones. They were very big on making cards about murderers. How lovely. And so anyway, I was there in the week that Spawn was released, and they got very excited, and we had to go to what was it called? I can't remember the name of the comic shop. It was a big comic shop in LA, and get a copy of Spawn. Not that I brought one because I didn't like it that much. But I must admit, I think Todd McFarlane is a cool guy. He's a good salesman. He's good to speak about comics. He gets very excited. Yeah. There you go. That's my Spawn story.
Yeah.
Did you speak nice about Todd because he's watching and he likes to use lawyers?
We're best mates. He comes to Australia. We have banana splits together. What can I say?
Oh, I'm jealous. I never have anything with him.
I guess we can shout out Image for him. Give him some publicity.
Yeah, he probably needs it.
He still owns it, right? He still owns partial.
Yep. Isn't he Toy Man now? Isn't he big on the toys? Doesn't he make lots of toys with
That's
Spawn
one
and that?
branch, yeah.
and they go gangbusters.
Yeah, making $1 million.
We got an answer on my cape question from Peter Lane. The cape is like a demonic symbiote. They made a mini series about it. I think it's called Spawn Blood Feud.
Wow.
So
the cape's called Spawn Blood Feud.
Would read.
Oh, nice.
Now, is that
What's a symbiote?
the symbiote is like what Venom, the Venom suit is.
Oh, I understand now.
Like
Okay.
something
I
that
think it means
joins
it's
you.
alive, does it?
Yeah.
Just to
Lives
put it in
off something
layman's
else?
language so I can understand.
Oh, is that right?
Alive.
Lives off something else.
I don't know. That's a parasite.
Oh,
So it'd be like Quick Nick's hairpiece. Do you need to go down the bottom quick?
yeah. Not likely.
Oh, here we go. Man, the Facebook is dropping answers like a symbiote is like a parasitic relationship, except the host can't live without it.
Just like I
right.
said.
Yeah, I'm sure you said that, mate.
Palm loves symbiotes, apparently.
Oh, here we go. I
Thanks
eat
for
like
shade.
trees that are fertilized by ants. Now, that's a symbiotic relationship, I believe.
Ah, yes.
Not necessarily a symbiote. I'm not a scientist.
Wait, no?
You fooled me.
No, I know. I know. Looks can be deceiving.
You're not a lot of things,
But
mate.
you've got like frizzy hair, glasses.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's like scientist material or look.
Yeah. I just need a couple of framed like certificates that say that I studied some stuff. Sure. Todd was
You
at
went to
my
university.
Supernova Brisbane, and I found his last issue of Spider-Man for a signature. It got a reaction from him.
What sort of reaction? A good one or a bad one?
Yeah, we need answers. Can't just keep things vague like that.
Yeah.
Dave, let's
Yes.
check in with you twofold. Tell us some Spawn. Tell us about what you're up to, how you're tackling him.
All right. Yep. Just into the ink already. How many minutes have we been going? Oh,
27.
half an hour. What do you want to know? Oh yeah, as I said, my mate was into Spawn and introduced me to Spawn. And when I got my first posting after my course, the first posting I went to, they were crazy about ComX as well, and they were right into Spawn. And before I knew it, I even went to Kmart and bought one of those little toys.
Yeah.
Cool.
This
Shout
was
out to
in
Kmart.
98. Shout out to Kmart. They might start sponsoring us.
I believe
Yeah,
JB Hi-Fi actually are reselling Spawn.
Yeah,
Maybe
right.
If you're a retailer, like if you're a retailer like Kmart or Target, we welcome sponsorship money.
Yeah, JB have gone all out they've started doing the collectibles and stuff. It's a good time for
They
nerds
still
who
sell
also like
DVDs
music.
and CDs at JB. Didn't know people still buy those things.
Yeah, me neither. but
Sorry.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Well, so
Yeah,
was it
Neil
you, Neil?
randomly
Yeah, you the
keeping
one?
JB alive.
Sorry?
You're
So,
single-handedly
are you the one?
JB alive.
Yeah. I still buy DVDs.
Oh, it's cool.
Yes, I know.
This is
I mean,
James dropped this before when we were all talking over each other, so I thought it was apt to bring it up again as me and Alex trip over each other.
I'm sorry, it must be the internet connection, or I'm just rude.
A little column A, a little column B. Brenton, thanks for joining us, man. I just blanked. What's the is it hairy holes? Or yeah, that's the one. Because I remember making a joke about. I mean, this now just makes it's out of nowhere. Wet hairy holes, and I was like, "Now, was the book called Wet Holes?" Anyway,
it's going good. Got the green light to do a second one. So
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, this week
congrats.
was some good news after some nice news, and so just put the wheels in motion to get more stuff. Yeah, so book 2 potentially, and hopefully a book 3, and just just took a while to get some feedback, and the feedback's been really positive. So hopefully March next year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Shelves, hopefully.
Now, what about the spawn of it all? Are you a spawn guy?
Yeah. Spawn. Other than probably Blade, I think I wasn't too familiar with a lot of sort of black superheroes, but Spawn, not just me. Spawn was like I had no other comic friends. Spawn was the only sort of comic title that managed to suck in, all my cousins who were too cool to read comics and stuff. They'd say whatever, but Spawn was right up their alley.
Right.
Spawn was a grabber for. I don't know why. I love it. I love big Spawn fan.
What is it about the character you think you like? Is it his the art, the overall vibe of him?
Yeah, I think it was also just that he came across. So like back in the 90s, NBA was big, and I think the language, the look, like he had that sort of African American athletic look. The other guy I can't remember the is it Chapel or what? There was another character that I'm not too. I think it was Chapel. Yeah. And we hadn't seen sort of like black comic book characters that sort of messed up and even that style, that sort of Todd McFarlane style. I think is another guy called Angel Medina.
Yeah.
He
He
did
Spawn later on.
Yeah,
he did Spawn after issue 100.
Yeah, so that is a guy. I didn't just make it up.
No, he's a massively underrated. He did the Kiss Psycho Circus comics as well.
Yeah,
he's really cool. I love his work.
That's spot on, Nick. That's like there was Hellboy and Spawn were like there's never a bad issue. Like every issue I picked up, it was just So huge Spawn fan. Yeah.
Facebook user, could you please StreamYard to display your name, because you're dropping these golden nuggets here. We want to give credit where credit's due.
Oh, yeah, is anybody curious what was Todd's reaction to signing the last issue of Spider-Man he worked on? Okay, it was a smirk.
Oh, is that what that comment meant? Awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
there we go.
Kind of a smirk was like, I remember this one. Wink. I know he said smirk, not wink. Sorry, I added stuff to it. I'm making up.
You always got to add a little sexy angle to it.
Can't do that.
You know what it is? I'm fake news. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
What am I winking?
Oh, there we go. Hey, Chris. I don't know how you do it.
Hi, Chris.
All right, so so now we know it's Chris dropping the golden pun nuggets. Now let's check in with our special guest this week and find out why he chose to draw Spawn and talk about Spawn. Keith, are you there?
Hey, can you hear me properly?
Yeah. Why did you choose Spawn? What do you like about Spawn?
Ever since I was a kid, I just kind of loved the character, and I think someone mentioned earlier about the Spawn trading cards.
Yeah.
I remember getting one as a kid. I was just hooked on the character and the look, and that's kind of how I got into comics when I was younger.
Yeah,
so I'm a big fan. Thanks for having me on the show too.
Absolute pleasure. And you're obviously doing it straight onto one of those Virgin covers, the blank covers.
Yeah, so I got one at Oz Comic Con Sydney a few months back, whenever that was on. So I just thought it'd be a good opportunity to do some art on it.
Yeah. Oh, so this is a commission for someone?
Oh no, just for fun. Like I had I've been meaning to do an art piece on it, so good opportunity.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this version is like Hellspawn. So it's kind of like a grittier version of Spawn, I guess.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, how about while we've got you, we'll just have a little quick chat about who you are and all that sort of stuff with a little segment called
Now it's the
This
part of the
Thing.
show where we shine a big shiny spotlight on one of our creator friends. This week, we welcome
Name.
and talk about their creative journey. Please, everybody, make some noise for
Name.
Yes, that.
Sorry, guys. So as you were, Rob.
No, that's yeah. So
I
that's
passed,
good. Keith, welcome to the show. Hopefully you've seen an episode or two and know that this is the cluster F that this show is. So Keith, first time on the show, welcome. Would you be down to tell us a little something about yourself, where and when you started drawing, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, sure. So I've been drawing ever since I was younger, in the back of school books, and then I got into kind of seeing comics like Spawn, and I kind of got me into drawing more. I've just drawn ever since I was younger. Just kept doing it. 30 years later, still here.
Still doing it, like the rest of us.
And I've done a few other things. I do murals, stuff like that, podcast covers. I've done a kind of band merch, stuff like that as well.
Yeah. What would you say? Where does your sort of whether is it inspiration come from? Where do you think your style comes from?
So I get inspired by by comics, and then also street art, just like murals, and even music. So I try and just put it all together. That's kind of my style. Heavy metal art. It's a bit out there.
Yeah.
It's wild and weird. I can show you some of my posters. If you don't mind. Yeah. Just one second, just grab them.
Sorry, we'll just do some vamping music.
Are you in public food again? Is that what I'm hearing?
Please.
So that's kind of like the style.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Stickers.
Hold it up closer to the camera, mate.
Yeah, lift it up to your chin.
Yep.
There you go.
That's so cool.
Good
That's
stuff.
amazing.
So that's digital, yeah?
Yeah, so normally do it freehand, sketch it, put it in the Photoshop, Procreate, did line work, and then color it digitally. And that's an Mandalorian piece I recently did as well.
Mando.
Oh yeah, very good.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Also do make pins, shirts as well, shirt designs, so stickers, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So just give you an idea what I do.
Yeah. And how do you go at some of the conventions and stuff?
Yeah, I do pretty well. I know a few of the friends with some of the other artists, like Jackson Caspers, Austin, that was on last week. So
Austin,
yeah, so it's cool catching up with them at conventions all the time, and every
Are you a sand
convention.
groper, are you, mate?
Sorry,
Are you a sand groper?
what do you mean?
You from WA?
Oh no, Sydney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is he? What is he if he's in Sydney, Dave?
What is it? I can't remember now. A cabbage patcher. No, he's a cockroach. That'll do.
Cockroach.
Somebody, I think you offended Brenton. He's a guy what?
I've heard this before.
Yeah,
Brenton,
I didn't know that was.
Brenton's from. Where are you from? WA?
Yeah, I'm from WA.
Yeah, you're a sand groper too, mate.
Thank you. Yeah,
Sounds awful.
I never heard that before.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
know
like-
what I am in Melbourne, but I'm scared. I'm gonna be like a buttlicker or something.
What did I say? New South Wales. Yeah, cornstalk in New South Wales and a cabbage patcher in Victoria. That's the old. That's the
Cabbage
old.
Oh man,
That's the old nicknames for people.
I'm
from
learning new English words today.
That's old style. That.
Okay, bring it back. Bring out to the new kids. All these millennials are gonna start dropping all these old timey slang.
Oh, you're getting paid off.
That's
Sorry.
that bloody crow eater. That crow
Sorry,
eater.
Keith. So, well, look, Dave, have you got let's keep it Keith related for a few more minutes. Have you got something you can throw at him for me?
In what regards?
Just a question. Yeah.
I thought it was an item.
Keith, who's your favourite artist, mate?
I've got a few different favorite artists. One of the biggest influences is Todd McFarlane. But also, have you heard of an artist called Alex Putty at all?
No.
Or is it
So
kind of like
Alex just put his head up?
kind of like a monster horror artist? So Alex Putty, his name is.
Party.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so he's been a big influence on my art. Yeah,
All right. Yep.
as well as Todd McFarlane. Earlier when I started first with the comics. Yeah.
That
I have
original, that original stuff that you showed with the crow reminded me of a tattoo artist called Victor Chill. You familiar with him?
Not familiar with him. But I get that a lot, like tattoo art stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like everyone's like, you should do tattoos. Get that so many times.
Yeah, I used to get that too.
Has anyone ever tattooed one of your pieces on themselves?
Yeah, my sister has a tattoo that did. Another guy got this massive back tattoo that I previously did as well. I think someone else got another one done. I can't remember. Yeah.
You draw a lot of sort of like dark themed stuff. What can you think back? What's the cutest thing you think you've ever drawn?
I drew a monster Care Bear before. So.
That's right. But it still had to have a monster tilt to it.
Yeah, but I do like to try and change up especially with doing murals. Like I work with councils, like doing public art stuff.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of translate your art. You know, can't do monsters and skulls all the time. So I got to try and adjust it a little. So
yeah. Okay.
Awesome. I like to do a bit of both.
Yeah. And where can people find your stuff if they wanted to like buy a print or something like that?
So all my stuff like shirts, prints, enamel pins are on my website, heavymentalart.com.au.
Yeah.
I'm on Insta, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. So if you want to follow along what I got going, just follow me on there.
Are you Heavy Mental Art on Instagram as well?
Yeah, at Heavy Mental Artist. Yeah.
Cool. No worries. I'm gonna follow you.
Is that title Heavy Mental? Is that sort of inspired by the magazine or the music?
It's more, I guess, describes my art style. Like I love music and love art, so kind of merge it together. So like it describes my art a bit out there, I guess.
Right.
So that's thought it'd be a good name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Keith. Now, one thing that was kind of happened by accident, but it was kind of cool. We got to check in with Brenton about hairy holes. So I thought maybe we might go around the room and check in on a few projects that I know are on the burners, so to speak. Starting with my right-hand man tonight, Peter Wilson, Foes, coming from ComX Studios, and also in the works is a Sidrus comic. Tell us about them. Yes. Where are we at? When can we expect them? What are we looking forward to here? Give us something.
The Sidrus comic, I believe, is being pushed for either January or December. My comic for that is sort of an intro to that whole new series, to what I believe is going to be called Sidrus Perceptions.
Which, of course, Sidrus being Sizzle's character, which he's
the mascot for ComX. You would have seen him around.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen anything ComX before, he's usually involved. It was
now. How did you? Sorry to interrupt. Right. How do you? Speaking of the Stanley method and all that sort of stuff, what was the? Yeah, there he is. That's the guy.
That's the one.
Yeah.
What was the brief like, Pete? Like
very open. Jane was very something. It was. I want you to make a Sidrus comic. That was it.
Well, there you go. Todd McFarlane, Stanley. Each
So
other.
when I
You guys
asked,
are you guys overwork your
have
scripts
you actually
compared to
read
Pete.
Crimson and Rascal, Shane? It's a superhero parody. They're not nice people.
Yeah.
He said no. He didn't care if it was a parody, if it was funny, if it was just a superhero story.
Mm.
So it's the first time I've made a comic, I think, where the characters are all pretty nice people and not in some way jerks.
Yeah.
So you
And how
didn't
does that
base
make
it
you
on the
feel?
characters.
With more
You
of
didn't
a
base it off
feeling.
the mob of ComX, like us
Yeah.
mob. All us jerks.
I knew going in I wanted it to be the theme had to be community and creativity. And it took a while for it to click. I can say it now because the comic's nearly done, so I don't think Shane will be annoyed now. I told him for about a month that I was really confident I could do something good, but I had nothing. I just knew it. I just knew it had to be community, and that Citrus was more of an ideal than an actual thing. And then I said to him, I'll tell you the story, man. I think you'll like it. And then just spitballing, I said, it's about a comic creator or creators who can't come up with an idea. So, and then for some reason it just clicked and I was able to go, hang on, that is the story. It is about comic creators who don't know. And
Yeah.
I was very lucky to get so many, the great yourself, Spedsy. I got Quick in there. I got Nick in there. I got Alex. Are all doing panels. Dave did a panel.
Oh, so it's not a secret anymore. Okay.
No, Shane knows now. It's all good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And I'm really glad. It means you guys will all be a part of issue 1. It really hit the community theme.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited to get it out there. I think it'll be good. It's a very simple read. It's really more of a setup for the series to come.
Yep.
But I've seen what other people have done for the comic, and it's incredible. It's going to be great.
Well, yeah. So, like, Sizzle has reached out to a few of us to do some stuff, and we're all standing on the shoulders of giants, a literal giant after those photos I've seen of you. The groundwork.
Is Peter a tall dude?
Peter is monstrously tall. Like, I don't know why I thought he was like 5 foot. He's probably closer to 8 foot.
Yeah.
So how does he compare? How does it compare to my second favorite wrestler, Andre?
His hands are slightly bigger than Andre's probably, and
Yeah.
I think Pete had 130 beers in one sitting, which beat Andre by 3 or 4. So
Well, you get a little bit thirsty.
Pretty good.
And the Foes one that's coming out is pretty simple. It's going to be collecting all the present stories with a few bonus pages and fixing up some pacing issues, and it'll be good. I'm looking forward to getting into it and launching it.
yeah. And speaking of all things Peter Wilson, if I can get Quick to turn his quick brain off for a sec and go into salesman mode, there's an anthology of sorts on the horizon. Right. We might even have a cover to show people, do we?
You want to see some cover? Here we go.
Yeah, man.
Flyboys.
Nice.
Available for pre-order. It's got some work by Rob. He's a Rob character. Here's Pete's little the name escapes me.
Look at that.
Rascal.
Awesome.
Oh, I'm having computer issues. Oh, here it comes. Rascal's made the cover. Budgie's back, of course. Mr. Velocity on the left. You may have heard of him. He's been mentioned a few times. And there's a Nick May favorite. Ace Badminton plays a cool pilot. This is Dave Dye's plane from his book. So I've got a bunch of great artists together for this one. And names I haven't mentioned. Alex Major's in there. Michael Mandis.
Make the cover though, so I'm not going to pretend.
Well, that's your kite.
I'm not heartbroken. I'm the
that's
kite.
That's for you, that one. Everyone gets a mention. Dave Dye's got a book, as I mentioned. Nathan Grixty is contributing. Peter Wilson and Jordan Pote, a good friend of mine, is also contributing. So that's available for pre-order. That's a picture of Peter Wilson that's not finished yet. For pre-order. You can also grab this one. I've got lots coming out now. Propeller Ella.
Oh, this is great.
Propeller Ella was originally going to be in Flyboys, but the story got too long. Then I just kept going with it. So there's 30 pages of that one.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah,
mate, you've
he's a
been
machine.
working.
Been working. Detective, what you donate for the pre-order? That's everything I got for you.
Wow.
Nice.
That's awesome. I had a follow-up question, but then when you said 30 pages, my jaw dropped and my brain fell out of the hole that was made. And I forgot
It
what
went
my
to be
question
8
was.
pages and then became like 15. And then by that point, I was like, no, I'm going for it. This is a full book now. So
Good man.
That's so
It
cool.
happens.
It's looking good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Good
What
work,
about you,
mate.
Alex? What are we working on? You're a man of 1,000 projects, some big, some small, some monstrous. What do you got going on?
Yeah, I've got I've got the comic strip happening in Quick Nick stuff. I've got another comic strip for Vermouth 4. It's in this iPad. I told you, you asked me for it or whatever. I don't know. It's happening. It's a 3-page thing. It's finished drawn. I just need to color it.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, wicked.
So there's that, and then and also for the Sizzle book, I did a panel. I'm also doing an Ichigo comic. I've only done like it's an 8-page story. I don't know where it's going to be. It's going to end up someplace. If it doesn't go print anywhere, it'll be on Webtoons for 3 people to see. And then I've been and if anybody following Ichigo Boom on TikTok, it's been pretty slow. It's because I'm just a bit busy. I actually have a TV project right now I can't talk about because I signed contracts and stuff, like NDA contracts. So that's keeping me busy. But it's like it's an animated thing. Like I've had a TV show before. This is another one. So
you're not acting in it?
No, I'm not. It's an animated one.
Behind you.
So I'm just doing So at the moment we still it's still at the Bible stage right now. So just they're giving me bits and pieces, and I'm drawing bits and pieces, and then they're giving me feedback. There's like, do you want to sell this show? Then you're gonna put this in it. I'm like, all right. So that's it. That'll be a more interesting story when it actually happens, and then rather than giving you up-to-date stuff on that. And then but yeah, that's also, like, if you people that watching the Quick Nick book, there's like a little panda thing in there, and I want to do something with that panda thing. So he's already been written a couple of stories and comics, and if I can do a certain volume amount of comic strips, I'll launch it.
Hey, cool.
So, but you can see a preview of it in Nick's book. So buy Nick's book, Fly Boys, and there'll be like 1 page of communist propaganda, and if it works, there'll be more to it. So anyway, that's about it on my stuff, and I'm boring. So and this it spawns difficult to animate. So Nick, talk for about 30 more minutes.
Well, let's first this question here. Does anyone in the room have a fine arts background?
No.
I studied at TAFE, if that counts. I did the diploma of visual art.
I have a master's degree.
Same kind of thing as Dave, yeah.
Does count? Okay.
No,
I have a master's degree from UTS for animation. So if that's this piece of paper helped me get visas when traveling.
Yeah, I studied at the School of Hard Knocks.
I studied at the School of Neil Blandon. I'm not sure if that gave me a fine arts degree, though.
Of pain. Of pain and poverty.
Yes.
Keith, you got a shout out here from Dan May saying your art is amazing.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
I fell
I'm
behind.
just getting zoned out and just listening to you guys.
Yeah, so Dave, there's some Rusty is trying to fill us in on your names for the people from different places. For example, Queensland apparently cane toads.
Yeah, that's cane toads were introduced in about 1930s. Hey, I'm talking back in 19th century. Sandra Eddie Maguire.
If Queensland are banana benders, that makes New South Wales people banana growers. I don't know what even is this show anymore.
It's high class entertainment. That's what it is. It's just
It's fine arts.
It's fine.
Thanks,
art,
Rusty.
yeah.
One night, and this is what happens.
It's worth
Now,
it.
Nick. Nick May, I'm thinking it's time to dust off the old Vamoose train, mate, and we get the band back together. Nick,
Yeah.
Alex Major's already got some pages ready. Angie Spice has got some pages ready. Vamoose 4, it's time to get cracking. It's evolution, baby.
It is. Yeah.
I've got a script
Now-
written, ready to go.
Yeah. Pete, the contract is ready to be signed. Let's make it happen. Now, Nick May, I'm guessing you have about 14 pages doodled.
Yeah, I do. And they've all been discarded. Just trying to follow on from what was in issue 3 in a sort of logical, illogical way.
Right. Yep.
Already bent. Yeah. And I'm just trying to find the spark that will allow one of the characters to say it's evolution, baby.
Now we've never
that Pearl
said,
Jam
like,
song. Was that Pearl Jam song the inspiration? Because I like that song.
It was, yeah. Oh, here we go. Look at
And
this. Todd did the animated video for
Yes.
the Pearl Jam Evolution. Spedsy,
No,
good
it was
reference.
Kevin Altieri was the director for it, and Todd. I don't know what exactly Todd was involved, but I know that Kevin Altieri, who was the director on a lot of Batman, because I met him at OSCON in the '90s, and I remember I asked him a stupid question, and he was not impressed.
Maybe
I was
maybe
there.
Todd
I
did
remember that.
Todd did the design for it, maybe. What was your question, Alex?
I forgot.
wasn't impressed.
Sorry. Oh, what was the question? I forgot.
It was
I think
about
it was
his
just like
Gen
some
13
smart-ass
movie,
thing.
wasn't it?
Sorry.
You
What
asked
was
him
it?
about Gen 13, and he broke down and cried.
He's like, don't you dare have that? It was something about get that name out of your whatever effing mouth. Then he just got off stage and just basically just kicked me in
That's
the
how I
guts,
remember
and then just elbowed me in the face. So yeah, probably that's what happened. But yeah, no, I remember because I don't know exactly. I probably need to Google it, but I know that Kevin because I saw that and I was because he also did a comic as well. He did a miniseries, a Gen 13 miniseries. So, anyways. But I think he was for Korn, Freak on a Leash. Todd McFarlane and Greg Capullo were involved with that. There's like an opening animation.
Cover for Freak on a
Sorry?
Leash.
He did the cover, but but
look at the little boy in the corner holding a baseball bat. That's Capullo as a 10-year-old. He drew himself into it.
Yeah, but the video clip starts off animated. So
yes, that's right.
There's that. So
And ends.
yes. So and ends. It does end.
Ends animated as well. Sorry. Yes.
Spoiler alert! What about all those people who haven't?
Get on board with Korn. Korn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you a Korn fan, Nick? Yeah.
So the idea behind Vamoose, of course, is every issue has a subtitle, and then some of Australia's greatest creators, and then also Nick and myself contribute a story based around that theme. Now, Nick is saying that he's continuing on from number 3. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, next issue, don't miss what won't be called Angel of the Morning.
Correct.
Now, you like to have the subtitle mentioned by your characters in there, where I sort of go for more of a, I don't know.
Yeah, you're more classy, and
that's what
I'm a lot more literal, I think.
Yeah, and someone who we should talk about inviting along, and I did invite along to Robots and Rowboats, but he did about 50 pages and turned it into a zine. So it's too big for Vamoose. But Neil Blandon, what are you working on, mate? You've got a whole bunch of new zines and comics you've been putting together?
Yes, I have, and I have to send some to ComX when I get my poop together, so people can buy them. And so I'm doing that. I've got about 4 magazines that I have to get together. That's an autobiographical thing, so that'll be sad. Lots of 3/4 shots of people doing this. So that's I don't know. I'm gonna do. I'm a teacher, so hey, holidays coming. And I'm doing an underground comic, and it's going to be a hippie one. So there'll be lots of dope jokes and things like that, drug jokes. And also, people have asked me to do stuff, and so I'm doing stuff for people, and I really can't talk about it, but I'm just doing 1-pages for people. Hilarious 4-panel jokes.
You're allowed to mention. You're allowed to mention Vamoose 4, which I'm inviting you to join here in front of everybody.
Sorry, I'm talking over you. Can you say that again? I was talking over you.
No, it's something I should be talking to you after the show, not putting you on the spot in front of the world. So
no, that's fine. So what's the theme?
It's evolution, baby.
Okay. Well, you're so personal.
I can't
okay.
do
Yeah.
You know that I'm a Christian, so that's not going to work out. But anyway.
Well, so am I. That's you can play with the something or other. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
You've almost got to write next to it quick if it's May or Blandon.
Oh yeah, sure.
Dave, where are we at with Amazing? What will be Amazing Tales 6? Beowulf.
It's at the proofreaders now, getting proofread, and I just noticed I'd received an email before I came on the show from my favourite proofreader, and I'll go through that after the show and make those amendments tomorrow, and it'll be off to the printers next week, I think.
Yeah.
Now,
awesome.
I'd just like to ask Pete Wilson.
Yes, hello.
I noticed, mate, you made a very nice comment about Amazing Tales number 5.
Yes.
On Facebook today. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate you doing that.
No, you're welcome. It was a good read.
I
got
thanks, mate.
I brought Amazing Tales 3 through to 5 recently, and only just had the chance to read them this morning.
Oh, right.
So I read them over breakfast. I was nice and caffeinated and feeling generous.
Thanks, mate.
It was a great page, though. Everyone should buy a copy through ComX right now.
Well, thank you very much. What I wanted to ask you was, do you mind if I put that in my feedback and letters page in Amazing Tales number 6?
No, please do. I'd be honoured.
Thank you, mate. I'll just squeeze that one in there, so that'll be good.
Wish I wrote something better now.
Oh, you can add something else after the show, mate. But yeah, that was so yeah, it's off and ready to go. But now I'm working on there's a page here that I'm working on. This is a page I inked today.
I get it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Drawing soldiers.
Yeah.
This is the good stuff.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It's all good stuff. Who are we talking
about? Yeah, so that's a lot of fun. That's
beautiful day.
Story written by Antoinette Ryder.
Yes. Now, does she know that you're working on that?
No. So if you're watching Antoinette, there's a surprise for you.
Yeah.
It's been about 3 years since you gave me that script, and I'm finally getting around to it. It seems like 3 years. Maybe it's not that long, but I've been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is on the way.
Wow, that's awesome. Brenton, did you want to? Have you got a something else you're working on at the moment? Any other projects other than Hairy Holes?
Yeah, just I've been in Perth. I was in Perth last week So Ubud Writers Festival, which was in Perth and not Ubud, but and it was kind of been trying to put together the cartoon strip that I've been doing for the newspaper. We're up to like 550 strips now, and so it's been really good. And people have been asking, when are you going to put the Compodium or the collection or the almanac, like something like collectively? And at one point it was, I approached a couple of publishers and they all sort of said, no one reads those anymore, and so there's no point doing a Compodium. So I kind of believe them, I said that, and I think this last trip, if anything, completely wrong. Like everyone, I went to the schools and kids are saying, like, they read it before they go to school and stuff, and they all said the same thing. When are we going to see a Compodium or a book or a collection? So it just really sort of, like kind of stopped the self-doubt and kind of stormed into the publishers. And I didn't really, I just did it by email, but I walked in. Like,
don't tell us the full truth. You can sexy up the story. Just tell us you kicked in the doors of the publisher, and then just grab the editor by the neck and said, "Publish me."
That's how it's done.
Publish my book. And it was just good to hear that. Not through secondhand through other people, and actually having people physically in front of me saying, "No, if you put that book up, we will buy it." So I'm like, I've got to do it. So no, it's been a nice week. For Harry Hall's got the green light for a second one, and hopefully next year at some point, if it works out, it's just putting it just becomes a matter of formatting, I guess, and just asking what everyone wants to see exactly.
Wow, that's awesome. All right, well, let's take a look at some things that people would like to see with a bunch of cool art that has come in over the last little while. Pete, if you don't mind, would you be able to run comments just if there's some like, that looks cool and stuff?
Exactly.
But the first thing I wanted to show people was we got a late entry from Davo77 for last week. Thing with Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
That's from Davo.
Good one, Davo.
That's the gang.
Well done, mate. Saw that one. Brilliant.
Beautiful.
Who are they? The Leatherface?
No Leatherface. That's Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers, and Chucky.
Oh, Chucky.
Is that Chucky cosplaying as Quick Nick?
Incorrect. Just a good-looking character.
And then in the background is the blackboard from Mr. Squiggle.
Nice. Upside down. Let's see it. Come on, Rob.
And then into the spawn of it all, we've got Ryan Vella up first.
Go.
Oh.
That's great.
Yeah, that's
mate. Fantastic.
Beautiful.
First 100 issues.
And then on to...
Wonder's his wife, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. From...
Whoa.
Oh, it just moved down the list. James O'Hanlon, Egg Spawn.
Egg Spawn.
I thought it was just like Humpty Spawn or Spawny Dumpty.
That's a ripper.
Spawny Dumpty.
And from Tom Tung.
Oh, wow.
Tom. Good on you,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kirby Crackle.
Yeah.
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 Nice.
You see a lot about issue 1 on that cover.
Then Sean Craig.
Hello.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at the detail.
Oh,
yeah.
Sweet.
Not a line bed.
You've done a lot of work there, mate.
We didn't talk about the pain in the butt of chains.
Yeah.
Chains are a pain to draw.
Yeah, I had to animate chains. Not many chains, but there's still some chains animated. It was a bit annoying. So Todd, sorry, but not sorry. Too many.
Dave, how'd you go with the chains? That's a nice looking chain.
I like the hood.
Not too bad. I've got a bit of a system when I do chains. I had to rush it a bit, of course, because I've only got an hour and a bit. So if I wasn't rushing, I'd probably take a bit more care.
Well, that would take me a week, so you're still doing well.
From Manuel Bao.
Ah, Manny. Oh,
Nice.
good one, man.
Good, man.
Excellent.
Very good.
It's a little bit
really
Nick May inspired. And I
Very
meant that as a
good.
compliment.
It looks British to me.
But yeah, I see that.
Union Jack spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he might be. What was the medieval one? Was he a bit like that? The different colours and that, wasn't he?
Not far off.
He was different colours, the medieval one, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, I believe
right.
so.
Rob O'Connor.
Oh,
Wow, nice.
very
Brilliant.
good, Rob.
They're really good.
Cool.
Holy. I love a
The
good
spawn
white
you-
pencil on a.
Yeah.
Is Spawn a
I don't
gun
know.
guy?
Spawn people. Yeah, Spawn a
Not
gun
that
guy.
gun.
What do we?
Guns
Yeah.
are hard.
Nick May's seen the
well-
movie. So.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
official
Yeah.
handbook.
Reason.
He didn't like the movie though, so I don't know if I
Oh,
judge.
but I did like the guns.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Were there guns in the movie?
Guns
Well,
were
Neil,
about that movie.
the official handbook. Neil should know. Neil was Spawn a gun guy.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Knew it.
You heard it here first.
Next question. Next piece of art, please.
From
Very
Dushan, he of the Liza Ray.
Oh, Dushan, nice,
I was
mate.
hoping Dushan would do a Spawn because I knew
Yeah,
it would be
this looks like
Oh,
a
it's great.
Dushan
Very
piece.
good one, Dushan.
Yeah.
I
Clearly
read Liza Ray as well this morning. Very good.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So props to Dushan. Awesome work all around.
Nice.
Yeah, Liza Ray you can get at the ComX shop. I bought a copy just last week myself.
Correct.
I'm a hero of sorts. Tony Menzies,
Oh
Oh,
wow.
holy moly!
yeah. Oh, we wouldn't expect any less from Tony. Very nice,
Yeah.
Tony.
Beautiful, man.
Look at
Yeah,
the eyes in the
someone else who
background.
could do. He loves his horror icons.
Yeah. Wow.
Next up is a guy who couldn't get past the idea that Spawn's cape is ridiculously massive. So wouldn't it start like weighing him down a little bit to the point where he'd need a walking stick?
Oh, come on. You need more chains in this one, Rob.
Yeah,
Cheating out.
nah, chains are hard, man.
You got a chain down the bottom there, mate. Look.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah,
Amazing.
cheating. Hugh McGowan.
Yeah, Rusty. Oh, good one.
Tony
Yeah,
is amazing, Rusty. You're right.
yeah, that's
Beautiful.
great. Yeah.
Very cool.
Gotta get some ink onto that, Hugh. Come on, mate. Get the nibs going.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Quick.
Yeah, I'm just preparing my little chains. Remember we got a little trick
Oh,
recently?
he remembers.
Chain, chain, chain.
That looks like one of them dog chains.
Oh, nice.
And then Davo77 returns. Oh, firstly, I should say to Hugh, if you were to ink this, we would love to see it again next week. We'll pop it up. The finished piece would be awesome.
So I did a quick. I had to just quickly jump in because I made a mistake, and just to Chris Keblewhite with the Do the Evolution video clip. It was directed by Kevin Altieri and Todd McFarlane, so he was involved too. So just in case there's got to be some feuds afterwards and angry messages and hate-filled stuff left on my TikTok again. That's it. Sorry. Anyways,
No,
continue.
Davo's commenting, look over and over about that story. He's like,
Yeah.
oh,
What's happening there?
I thought he was
I
commenting
don't know. I
on
think
his
Rob's
own
face
art.
says it
Well
all.
done, Davo.
no, I just, as you were talking, Tony dropped about 40 wows because that story was so
Sorry.
good.
Anyway, sorry. My bad.
It's all good, Alex.
That's okay. No worries. No, it's okay.
Davo
Okay,
77
we're good.
has a spawn. Let's all look at it with our eyes. There we
Yeah.
go.
Nice.
Now that's a
Well
chain.
done,
That's
mate.
a good.
Yeah, nice chain work there, Tony.
Yeah.
Good work,
Very
Tony.
good.
The man
Nice.
likes to draw chains.
Cool.
Bit different to your normal little chubby figures.
That's right. Speaking of chubby figures, Nick May
Oh, man. That's great. Ah,
Look at that.
It's punk spawn. It's British
Yeah,
invasion punk spawn.
You've got sperm on the brain tonight. Quick.
Yeah, I've got some on the brain.
See a doctor about that.
Yeah. It's not meant to be on your brain. That's beautiful, Nick. Good work.
I like the little head on it.
Would you stop?
It's a family show, mate. Come on.
Let's check in with Keith, who's done lots of progress since we last saw. Oh, that's looking
cool.
Amazing.
Stand up, Keith. Stand up.
Hold it up closer. To
Here we go. Look at that.
Yeah, just
that's wicked.
working on the color.
That's
I've
rad.
just been enjoying listening to you guys and just been zoning out.
Yeah,
Do you?
most people do when we start talking. Yeah.
Wondering what the heck am I got?
But it's really cool seeing everyone else's artworks. Like, yeah, they look really cool.
Thanks, mate.
Keith, do you sell these covers once they're all done and stuff, or are they for your own private collection?
I'll probably end up selling it maybe at convention.
Yeah,
but it was just for fun.
yeah,
See
that's
how
awesome.
it turned out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, don't be shy about going and visiting Keith at a convention and ask him how do you get your grubby mitts on that one of a kind spawn cover.
Can I show you? I previously did a spawn like poster like that I sell. So like, I don't know if you see it properly.
Oh, holy moly!
Wow.
Yeah, so that's
nice.
to give you more of an idea what to do. It's weird stuff.
Well, yeah, that looks like tattoo sort of stuff, mate.
Everyone confuses this with Venom for some reason, like this print.
Mixed
Yeah.
friends.
Like,
It's because they're idiots and they don't know culture.
That's
and like
basically
shorts Venom if you want.
The
they're
views
just friends
expressed
with
by
friends.
Alex Major on this show are not necessarily the views held by the rest of the public.
No, I'm pretty sure everybody's simpatico with that view about people who mistake Venom and Spawn.
But
Okay.
Todd
Yeah.
McFarlane is also the co-creator of Venom too.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that? Or?
No.
Yeah, I did.
I knew that.
I didn't know that.
You didn't
I
know
missed
that?
it because I was
I'm learning a lot tonight, Nicholas.
yeah.
I know a lot of people don't know that.
Oh, it's such a good show today.
No, I didn't.
Makes sense.
Pete, have you been scribbling something or just furiously taking notes?
I got to about 9:40 and remembered I had to draw something. I smashed out a real quick clown.
Oh, that's rad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wacko, mate.
That's beautiful, man.
That was funny.
Does
I thought
look
we'd
like
do
a-
more of it tonight, to be honest. I thought everyone would be having a
It's
go.
awesome.
Yes, I got lucky, I guess. Just small, fat, and ugly, pretty relatable. It's easy.
But you're not small. You're tall
I identify as that.
and beautiful. You're tall and beautiful.
Thank you.
Mm.
But my personality. What a
I'm
horror.
not talking about your personality. I was just being shallow and just commenting on your physical appearance, which is
That's
very
all right, then.
appealing.
That's okay. That's
What about you, Brenton? Have you got a little work in progress or?
Oh, yeah, mate.
Oh, nice.
Holy moly!
Yes,
Look at the
is the
muscle
answer.
on
Well,
it.
that is amazing.
damn, man.
Stope.
Oh, cool.
Be keeping
Yeah.
it.
I can't actually see my camera anymore. Am I?
Yeah, you're here.
Well, mate, we
It's
can
all
see
you.
you.
It's all you.
Great.
That's awesome, man.
I was just admiring your bookshelf, wondering.
Oh no.
Don't talk about the bookshelf.
Shut up. What about you, Mr. Blandon?
Hang on, I'm almost there. Ow. Yeah, I think I've cross-hatched too much.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Whoa, man, that's sick. So
That's
good.
amazing.
Neil, I love your work, Neil.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
$500, and it's yours. It's fine.
Sweet.
I'll frame it.
I'm a fellow artist. I also don't have $500. So.
Is that like 50 cents per line?
It might be.
There's a shout out for you here, Keith. Alex
that,
knows
Keith?
everything and everyone. That is correct.
Do I know everyone? I don't know.
Jeez.
Bring
I
cash.
think I've said enough things here to prove that I do not know everything.
Well,
I vaguely know some stuff.
Speaking of the man who vaguely knows some stuff, let's take it. Oh, Dave, you want to do a last check-in?
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Very
Were you not
nice,
happy with
Dave.
the splatter, Dave?
It needed more stuff around it, so I had to.
Yeah. That looks awesome. Really cool.
Awesome as always, Dave.
I think so. I don't know. It's pretty rough.
Nah,
Nah,
it's
good
awesome.
to-
That's a winner.
Pretty rough.
is Rob going to remind everybody that Dave's stuff is available for sale, original? So, Rob, take it away.
Well,
That's
so-
enough.
Okay. I thought Dave might be getting sick of it, so I was going to leave it today, but I'll remind people next week. Alex, let's take a
Yes.
look at how Alex Major goes
Yeah.
about animating some chains and what, if any, other characters he has included
Yeah,
in
I'll
the
need to
animation.
explain this one.
Yeah, please. Let's have a look. First, let's go
Uh,
with some guesses. What do we got? Okay, Alex, just wait a sec. All right, quick. Well, not quick, as in quick the guy. Everybody, who is that Australian character? Do we know?
Quick Nick.
I have a feeling.
Quick
It's a
Nick.
lemming. Is it me?
Yeah, it's quick.
It's not Ginger Megs.
No, it is an Aussie character from about 20 years ago.
Bend it
Oh,
like
okay.
Beckham.
I'm
You would have
embarrassed. that I
seen
don't
him
know.
at Comic Fest before it turned to Supernova.
Right.
I-
All right, tell us,
I'm ashamed
Alex.
to say I don't know.
Okay, there was a comic book done by a South Australian artist called I used to know him as Zelds Magnunis, but then when I met him in Shanghai, he was actually my real name's Niall O'Connor, and I'm like, that's less exciting. But he did this comic called Pepe's Quest, and it's this beautifully drawn comic, and I recommend people just to go on his Instagram. It's NAIYO lower minus type thingy FBT. And
The lower minus key. Yep, everyone
Yeah.
knows what that is.
yeah, of course you do. You know which one. There's like two minuses. You press shift and then it's like a line on the bottom. I'm sure it has a scientific name that I don't know. But anyways, I'm not a scientist like
I
Rob.
think they call that underscore, do they?
No, Dave,
probably
that's the
Dave.
lower
Again,
minus.
Dave,
And-
Dave,
And
I don't
stop
need your
drawing a hyphen,
scientific mumbo
it's
jumbo
the
right now.
upper minus, everybody.
All right,
Anyways, if I'm just
okay.
gonna say underscore, people forget it. But if I say like bottom minus, people will remember it. Anyways, check him out. He's a very talented artist. He's lived in Shanghai now for about 10 years, I reckon. But he's from Adelaide and he's planning to come back. And his artwork's fantastic. So check it out. Give him a follow. And his comics are all about football. So if you but is Nayo there? Holy shit, Nayo. It looks like Niall's watching. Okay, well, hell no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, is that the person created the
Yeah.
character?
Yeah.
Oh,
Anything
wow.
else?
Did you tell him you were doing that?
No.
Good on you.
No. Well, there you go, Niall. Gave you a shout out. Well, that's all
You don't know
weird.
her?
Well, I'll
Good
talk
on
to I'll talk to you on WeChat after this.
That's awesome.
He's an amazing artist. Give him a follow. He's I love his work. Been a fan for 20 years. He's a good friend, and you should come back to Australia. We need more people back here. So, anyways, yeah, he just tuned in. Fucking.
Wow.
Anyways, I'll talk to you, mate. I'll talk to you later now. I'll message you. But anyways, that's weird. Anyways, but I'm glad I did his work today. So, anyways,
Yeah.
hopefully Pepe's come back. So now bring Pepe back. We all need to see him. And he has like a little pet tiger as well that's better than Hobbs.
Why didn't you do the tiger, mate?
Not enough space. I had to do Spawn.
I think you did pretty good. You did 2 characters.
All right. Well, I think it's time to go into our last segment. And being we've already sort of done a bit of an update on what everyone's up to, we might do a bit of a lightning round. So prepare thy social medias and website names, and we'll just smash through it, and we'll see if we can't get this baby done before something or other. I've got a hard out, you guys, a hard out. So this is a segment we call this.
This poor person is looking through the newspaper for info on what projects our artists have been working on. And this lost individual is using a map to find where she can follow our artists on social media and buy their books. How about we save them the trouble and just tell them? We call this next segment Shameless Self-Promotion.
That was quick. Wow.
Yeah. All right, Pete, what do you got?
I got the upcoming Sidrus Perceptions, Story 1, Issue 1, and the Foes Collective. Quick, can I tell them about Budgie? And I've got the great honor of doing an intro for Detective Budgie. 3-page opener. Very keen.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
I just sort of insinuated myself into it. I wrote a little fan script trying to get Quick's approval, and it worked really well for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. And of course, we can find you at by Peter Wilson on Instagram.
Yes, in Instagram, that's my handle, by Peter Wilson.
Yeah.
And in Vermouth.
Soon to be in Vermouth 4. You can find me on all the social medias at Spedsy. Right now, the Devil's Toilet 1 and Vermouth 1 digitally are $1 each.
Woo.
$1. Wow. So if you want to know what none of the fuss is about, go to psychogenitor.com and grab yourself a copy. Next to me is the guy who does Detective Budgie. You can pre-order his books right now. Where is that again? Quick.
DetectiveBudgie.net. Detective Budgie on Instagram. You can get this new book for pre-order. Fireboys, featuring so many of these wonderful artists. And Propeller LA is almost finished as well. That's why we call it pre-order. All righty. Alex Major, talk.
Cool, no worries. If we are pimping like out-of-date old stuff, I've got this old children's book. So if you're in Poland, it's called Bazgrowki dla Gagatki. It's a Polish book. So if you're in Poland, or if you're not in Poland, surprise them by ordering this from Australia. They'll be like, wow, 3 people from Australia ordered this book. So go to czu.com, .pl, and you can order it from there. So there you go. There's a weird plug.
Yeah, can we just say random letters for websites now? Just go to
There's a little logo I did as well, and there's children's book. So if you want to learn Polish, here it is. It's a little activity book. So yeah, and also that's right. Like this video, Todd. I know you're watching, because if Niall's watching, Todd's watching too. And then also subscribe to the channel. I know you love Drink and Draw, but there's other ones. Lee Chalker has a show, and there's a Wednesday show as well.
Lauren?
And so just watch other stuff as well. It's not just us. There's other people.
Yeah,
everybody should be watching.
I was on Chinwag on Tuesday, so if you want to learn more about this guy,
very interesting.
There you go. If you don't have it, I mean, I can't have enough of Quick Nick. So having an extra Tuesday Chinwag Nick action, go for that. Also, sometimes you subscribe and this video doesn't pop up, so ring the bell. So you have to. There you go. Ring the bell. And anything else? Just go Ichigo Boom on TikTok. I'm doing that now, so I'll post something soon. So there'll be a new thing. And also, like, a lot of kids put requests. I hate the anime requests. So if anybody wants to do a request that's kind of funny and not anime related, more likely I'll do it. But if not, it's another Genshin Impact TikTok. That's enough of me. I talk too much.
Now, for those who are watching the show for the first time, that was Alex doing the lightning round. So just imagine what it's like on a regular show, you guys.
Did anybody promote the store, ComX store? because we need to promote that. You can buy comic shops. You can buy.
Nick May's about to do it. He's about to do it.
Nick May was about to. He was ready. You can see.
I'm not going to anymore.
Borrow your thunder, mate.
No, go on. Go on, Nick.
That was your Kanye moment.
Have a look at ComX.shop for the great works from a lot of the artists here today and artists all over Australia. If you're looking for one of the greatest artists' Instagram pages, have a look for me at Chernobyl on Insta, and you can find me in Neil Blandon's front garden right now. Neil, on to you.
Wow.
Turn the sprinklers on, Neil.
If you want to see, if you want to see my art, you can go to Blandorama on Insta. I also have one called Blandtopia, which is my comic collection, and I'm going through 8 balls at the moment. And I'm on Tumblr as Blandorama, and I think that's about it. Yep.
Awesome.
All right. I'm lovely.
You are lovely, Dave.
Bloody Braveheart. Amazing Tales.
I've heard of it.
At the ComX shop and on Owner Indie. I'm not on much Facebook or Instagram, so I'm there, but I don't frequent it very often. So there you go. Over to Brenton.
Cheers, Dave. No, everything's pretty straightforward, guys. I will say I'm Ezra on Instagram. I'm Ezra Facebook as well, and Twitter. I had an old account on Instagram called TuneIn. Please don't follow it if anyone thinks it got hacked like two years ago. I can't get into it. Instagram's not helping me. Getting like people are, we follow you on Instagram, and they're like, is it the TuneIn Tunes account? I said, no, it's not that one. Please, if everyone can follow the I Am Ezra account, please. Yeah.
Awesome.
Keith.
Hey, I managed to finish the cover. Not sure if you can see it probably. I'll just quickly show it.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Great.
Just a bit of a lag.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I'll share on my Instagram like a proper picture if anyone wants to see as well.
Please do.
But I have a lot of my like shirts, prints, enamel pins, stickers all on my website, heavymentalart.com.au, and also Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Heavy Mental Artist. If you want to follow kind of what I've got going on.
Yeah.
And have some kind of upcoming conventions that I'll share soon as well.
Yeah, wicked.
Good, mate. Which one are you going to? Are you going to Adelaide?
No more out of state conventions this year. Might have a few kind of in Sydney.
Oh, okay.
I've done like about 13 this year already conventions.
Oh, right. Gee.
Yeah, a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
I love the one.
Sorry to cut you off, Keith.
No, sorry about that.
While I've got you though, Keith, hang around after the outro because we do a little bit of a after party get together. Any creators watching who would like to be on the show, please get in touch with Sizzle or myself. You can get Shane at comx.net.au. Also, for those already part of the community, we'll be going into the after show in a few minutes. So I'll put the link up on Discord for those who know where that is, and you can come join us and hang out if you want. So Keith, stick around. And What do you reckon, Pete? Is that it? Did we do it?
I think we're good, man.
John, good man.
Just want to say thanks again for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Good
Yeah,
to see you,
Thank
mate.
you for having me on, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be back next week with, actually, give me 1 sec. I should tell you so you can start drawing. It is place your bets while the screen loads. Come on, baby. We're doing Power Rangers next week.
Whoa!
We've got Tom Kong as our guest, and we're drawing the Power Rangers. So you don't have to wait till the show. You can start scribbling now and send them in throughout the week, and we'll show them on the show. Until then, we will catch you down the Rizzo. Eat your prayers, say your vitamins, and thanks for hanging.
Someone should call the police. The show has been murdered. But in 1 week we will rebuild it. Better, stronger, faster. In the meantime, head to ComX.shop and powder your chestnuts on a copy of Detective Budgie by Nick Cleary, Amazing Tales by Dave Dye, Vamoose by Nick May, Battle for Bustle by Lee Chalker, Radical by Ed Kearsley, Sluggish by Spedsy, Crimson and Rascal by Peter Wilson, ComX Presents featuring so many of the creators that have appeared on this show. And so much more. Alright sis, press the button. End the show. Don't make me butter your biscuit. Sizzle, press the button. Sizzle? Sausage sizzle. #Bunnings. Speaking of snags, did you see Dave Dye tonight? Hubba.